about the moon.
That's no wolf, sir.
Of course it is.
No, that's the legendary man-eating big beast. Been roaming the countryside for ages.
Sounds like more fairy tales again, Snuck.
Possibly, sir. Possibly. It may seem that way to a stranger in these parts, but legend has it that on nights not unlike this one, when the moon is full and high in the starless cold sky, the legendary big beast roams the woods looking for something to eat, something alive, something human. The story goes that those foolish enough to venture out on such a night will meet their demise when, out of the inky blackness, a giant hairy paw will emerge from the darkness and grab the unsuspecting...
Yes, and then what happens?
Not a very good story.
No, a bit anticlimactic. Quick, do you know anything about driving a horse and wagon?
Only that you're never supposed to do this.
Nice going, nincompoop. Look how far away the place is.
Suits me.
You did that on purpose, didn't you?
No, it was an accident.
Well, you know what we have to do now, don't you?
Walk?
Not exactly. Whoa, Snuck. Whoa, big fella. Ah, what a cheery place. Well, go on, knock. What are you waiting for? Well, go on, knock.
Howdy, and welcome to Castle Dracula.
Hi, we are two lost, weary travelers who,
I have been expecting you.
Really?
Come in. Allow me to get your bag.
I'm not gonna like it here.
Come on, Snuck, stop lagging behind.
Yes, if you will just sign in, please. Be sure to fill in your blood type. Follow me to the dining room. Dinner is being served.
Snap out of it, Snuck. Don't draw attention. As soon as we're alone, we've got to start hunting for that treasure.
But he... It's magic, Captain.
Yes, and magically delicious, too.
Look at that!
I hope you're hungry.
Starving.
Aren't you gonna join us, Mr. Dracula?
I never eat food.
Oh, well, then perhaps a glass of this beverage.
I never drink beverages.
Really? You must get awfully thirsty.
You've no idea.
You know, I really think I'm ready for bed. Snuck, shall we retire?
This is delicious, Captain.
I'm so glad you like it.
Yes, well, good night, Mr. Dracula. Aren't you going to bed?
Oh, no, I always visit the night from the parapet. I'll retire shortly.
Right. Nighty-night.
Sleep well.
My word, housekeeping must have taken the decade off. It's freezing in here.
I'll shut the window, Captain.
How about a fire, Snuck?
I'm way ahead of you, Captain.
It says here the treasure box is in the catacombs. I didn't see a cat, did you, Snuck?
I think that means the basement, Captain.
Oh, do be careful, Snuck.
A bag!
My goodness, is that the time? I really must be going.
Oh no, it was probably a vampire bat trying to sneak in here and drink our blood, Captain.
Oh, nonsense. Now let's go get that treasure. Well, that must be where the treasure is. Go ahead, look inside there, Snuck.
Me? Why do I have to? You're the one who doesn't believe in vampires.
Don't be insolent, Snuck. Open the coffin.
But I'm afraid.
Oh, all right. Rock, scissors, paper, then. Come on, one more time. Last one.
Paper beats a gun, doesn't it, Captain?
No, it doesn't. There it is!
See? I told you he was a vampire.
What, just because he sleeps in a coffin? Grab it!
Oh, don't make me grab it, Captain.
Grab it! Careful not to wake him up. Boy, this is something, isn't it, Snuck? Seems to be locked. You wouldn't happen to have the key to this thing, would you?
Give me back my treasure!
Run! Ah! Oh! Ah!
Here he comes!
The fools! They won't get far.
Well, so much for your vampire, eh, Snuck? Ha, what a pushover. Blast this blasted box. Wretched, filthy box! I need something sharp to pry this lid off with, Snuck. Can you find something? No, I don't think that's going to work, Snuck. It's a bit too big to fit in the crack. Hand me your dagger. Look, I said hand me your dagger, not please hit me hard on the head with an enormous log. Ah!
Well, Mad Jack, as you may have finally deduced, there are such things as vampires.
Yes, I'm well past that lesson now and on to the next one. What do you intend to do with me, and what have you done to poor Snuck?
Your first mate is now a zombie under my control. The formula he holds in that syringe will enable you to live forever
Ooh, that's nice.
as my perpetual blood donor.
That's not so nice.
Inject him with the fluid, cretin.
Now look, Snuck, I was thinking of giving you a paid vacation this year. Don't spoil it. All right, Snuck, I'll give you 2 full days off. 3. All right, you won't have to clean the ship's commode for a week.
What? What are you doing? Turn back. Obey. No, stay away from that. Ow! You fool! What have you done?
The sun is actually a large ball of flaming gases.
No! No!
Postman!
Ah!
I was a goner.
Me too. I mean, I thought I was a goner.
Can I really have a week off from cleaning the ship's commode?
Yes, as much as we may regret that later. Now back to the ship with that treasure.
Bless you, Captain.
At last.
What is it, sir?
It's a golden commode scrubbing brush.
Oh, boy, at last! Now my collection is complete. It was all worth it, Captain.
Well, get in here and put it to good use.
Oh, but Captain, you said I had the week off.
A week? Do you realize that not cleaning this commode for a week could kill us both? Don't come out until the commode is sparkling clean.
Captain, there's a vampire in here.
You don't think I'm gonna go falling for that one, do you? Get to scrubbing.
No, really, sir.
Finally, Snuck. I always had a gut feeling that I'd make the big score. And after all these years, we're almost there. Steady as she goes, Snuck.
Steady as she goes, Captain.
It was a day of destiny for Mad Jack the pirate, as his ship cut like a butcher's knife through the roiling seas. For now, after years of searching, he was but 7 leagues from the greatest treasure of his career, the treasure of the headless, left-handed peat moss salesman.
Grumble Gas Sea Police, pull it over.
But officer, sir, I wasn't even driving. You see, I was on autopilot and...
You were sailing erratically, smart guy. Please blow into this donkey bladder.
Not inflating a filthy donkey organ.
Refuses bladder test. Your pirate's license, please.
Yes, of course, my license. Oh, how silly of me. I lost it last night while giving the Heimlich to a blind policeman.
Captain,
Yes, Snuck?
aren't you a wee bit confused? I mean, last night you went out with Ice Pick McPoonahan and had a laugh about how he robs blind policemen and then hacks out their...
Zip it, nincompoop. That is, I'm afraid it was eaten by a starving blind police dog I rescued from the pound. But I'm sure that an intelligent worldly officer with style and panache, like yourself, can see it in his heart to let me off with a warning.
Okay, you can go. Have a nice day.
Ha! I knew I could fool him. And officer, I give you my word that at 6 a.m. I'll rush down to that DMMV and get a new license. The truth is, Snuck, you'll never catch me in one of those stinking DMMVs. You can mark my words.
Oh, no need, Captain. Your license is right here.
Hey, this license expired when I was in kindergarten.
Snuck, you clueless barnacle lapper. Wait, I've just devised a brilliant plan. Snuck, observe the master at work. Oh, officer, I believe you dropped this glazed donut. Why didn't you just take home this donut and let's just say this little incident never happened, eh? I guess it was a jelly.
For refusing to blow into a donkey bladder and for having an expired pirate's license, you have a choice. Either be nailed to the wall of a filthy, rat-infested dungeon, or stand in line at the DMMV.
Right, the dungeon it is then.
Are you sure you made a wise choice, Captain?
This is the only way I can still make my big score, Snuck. All we do is take an afternoon driving course here in the dungeon, and we're on our merry way. That can't possibly be worse than the DMMV.
Hey, I tell you, I'm Herodias Hack, and welcome to the comedy driving class, okay? Yeah, I just rode into the dungeon, and boy, are my ribs tight. Hey, speaking of ribs, these guys must have been in the buffet line behind Orson Welles, you know? Hey, yo, out, I tell you.
Snuck, it can be worse. Help! Well, here we are at the Department of Maniacal Marine Vessels. Well, Snuck, it's an off day. Therefore, logic dictates that the line should move with relentless speed and efficiency. Well, Snuck, I'm afraid we're number 96,473.
Look on the bright side, Captain. That's only 28,962 away from the next in line. Give or take 1,000.
And so Mad Jack and his faithful first mate Snuck began their thrilling adventure at the Department of Maniacal Marine Vessels. Although it's a bit less exciting than one might have hoped. Rather dull, really. In fact, it's unspeakably boring.
Look, old man, if you're not going to help this story, then bug off, all right?
What? Don't talk to me that way. Why don't you bug off?
No, you.
No, you.
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 Look, this show is called The Adventures of Mad Jack the Pirate. Not called arguing with a crusty old discarnate wheeze bag. So just bug off or I'll devein your Adam's apple.
You!
Number 96,473. Please report to cubicle 649 and meet your driving instructor.
Captain, that's us.
Oh, no. Flash dashing, you're my driving instructor?
Why? Mad Jack, my lifelong nemesis. What an incredible coincidence. Yes, I'm moonlighting here to pay for my chin implants. But despite our mutual hatred, I'll do everything in my power to help you pass. Let's start with the eye test, shall we? You have to read this eye chart, which is written on the side of this cannonball.
But I can't even see the blasted cannonball from way back here.
Yes, I'm afraid you failed the eye test miserably, Jack. But keep your chin up for the next test.
And what, pray tell, is the next test?
The mechanical mutiny simulator, which takes only 10 seconds. Are you sure you're up for it?
10 seconds? Ha! Only a panty waist couldn't last 10 seconds with this thing.
Excuse me, Mr. Dashing, sir, but what does the simulator do exactly?
It simulates the equivalent of 90 murderous crew members who haven't been paid or seen a woman in 2 years.
Oh.
I beat that blasted machine Flash without a scratch.
Next, we test your ability to create carnage with cannons. Your friend Snuck has volunteered to be our human target.
I didn't exactly volunteer, Captain.
There's nothing you could possibly say that would make me fire at poor Snuck.
If you refuse, you'll be sent back to the comedy driving class.
Sorry, Snuck. I won't sell your carcass to medical students until tomorrow.
And last but not least is your final test drive. First, I want you to parallel park between these two supply ships.
Ha! Child's play.
Excuse me, sir, but what exactly are they loading on those ships?
Nitroglycerin.
I can squeeze in between these two ships. I'll just give the one a little tap.
All right, Jack. All that's left is to show me you can drive down an incline, use the emergency brake, and come to a complete stop.
If you don't mind me asking, you haven't rigged this particular test against me in any way, have you?
Absolutely not.
Specifically, I'm not going to get squashed, burnt, or sliced up this time?
Absolutely not.
And I don't have to do anything except go down an incline, use the emergency brake, and come to a complete stop.
Absolutely not. Snuck, release the line if you will.
Wait a minute, the sea chicken doesn't have an emergency brake. And there's no incline in these waters, that is, except the waterfall. I still may be able to pass this test. All that's required is that I somehow come to a complete stop. Uh-oh.
Jack, such a tragedy, such an ineffable shame. You flunked the test. According to the DMMV charter, that means you can either take the test again,
Like that's really going to happen.
or return to the comedy driving school. Those are your only two legal options.
Neither of these options are acceptable. There must be a way out, a way I can still make the big score. But think, what could it be? Think!
I think I found it, Captain. There's a loophole in the DMMV charter, sir, called the Ninny Clause. If an other ninny fails the pirate's test and refuses comedy driving school, he must become a DMMV employee.
Aha! You heard that ridiculous loophole? I demand a cushy civil service position immediately. I'll take a corner office with a refrigerator overlooking the lagoon and make it snappy.
Ah, very well. Go to this section and you can start right away!
So, Snuck strange where the twists and turns of fate may lead one such as I. Instead of finding the treasure of the headless, left-handed peat moss salesman, it's obvious to me now that a pirate with my character would become a top executive in the most important branch of the government, the DMMV.
So enacting the obscure Ninny clause, Mad Jack began a new thrilling adventure on the high seas, one befitting the limit and scope of his intellectual capacities and rather jagged motor skills.